Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF and microwave update series. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host Gary Lerude. Last episode, we discussed our February issue, which is featuring the high-frequency boards, components, and systems. And the cover feature is very interesting as it introduces a new thermoset PCB material that kind of rivals the traditional PTFE laminates that they're using today for high-frequency millimeter waves. And it also maintains the manufacturability of the traditional thermoset material. So it'd be interesting to see how that material does in the marketplace. We covered the products and the technical features. How about the tech briefs?
Yeah, we have 3 tech briefs in the magazine. The first one from Narda Safety Test Solutions is an RF analyzer. There are actually 2 models. One covers to 3 gigahertz, the other to 6 gigahertz. It will capture time resolution as low as 30 nanoseconds and can do up to 600,000 data points. So quite interesting way to analyze spectrum. The second one is a coax switch that's actually controlled by Ethernet. And this is from Ducommun, and it's available on a number of their products, from 3-throw to 6-throw switches, and also switches that cover up to 40 gigahertz. And then the third tech brief is from First RF. It's an integrated antenna amplifier system for some of the common data links. So for SC, KU band, and the one for KU band is actually a phased array architecture that has full duplex. So some interesting products in the tech briefs this month.
Yeah, so looking ahead, we have the March test and measurement issue coming up next. And the cover feature will discuss how modular and platforms in the test and measurement industry are kind of driving innovation in our industry. And then we have our April issue, and there's kind of a little shakeup this year. IMS is earlier this year by a few weeks, so April will be our official IMS issue. So if anyone has any products or any information you want to get into that issue, we need it right away. And we'll be covering the conference and the exhibition and have a big new product spread kind of listed aisle by aisle so people will be able to check out the exhibition.
And then looking ahead to May, the focus of that is amplifiers and oscillators. We also have a supplement in May that's on aerospace and defense electronics, and I'm working on an article for that issue that's focusing on some changes in U.S. export policy regulations relating to ITAR and MMICs and power transistors.
Yeah, that's a new for us. It's the first time we've done an extra aerospace and defense supplement in addition to the August military microwaves.
So it should be interesting.
Yes, there'll be lots of content we'll be getting for that. So turning to the news, news wouldn't be complete without another acquisition.
Right.
It seems like we cover one every time. So National Instruments has acquired the PXI Modular Group from Cobham. And Cobham had acquired that as part of the Aeroflex group when they bought them recently. And they also agreed to partner with Cobham to supply them PXI modular test solutions. So that's more growth in that area of modular, which NI is very active in.
The other one we should mention, also in the test and measurement space, I think as everyone knows, Keysight is now an independent company, and they just recently announced their first quarter of their fiscal year earnings. Their sales were about $701 million. That was up about 4% from the year ago period. And they had some foreign exchange headwinds. If you take those out, it was actually 7% growth. So they seem to be off, and they're working on their growth strategy. And overall, it was a good earnings call.
Oh, good. Off and running, huh?
Yeah.
And so we turn to events. I'll be heading to Mobile World Congress soon. And then it'll be EDI CON China for both of us.
Right.
So with EDI CON China coming up, we finished the conference and the schedule. I thought I'd just take a minute to go over that because it kind of represents what's going on in the industry today. So the day one kicks off with the conference on Tuesday, April 14th. And we have some exciting papers going on. There'll be 5 parallel tracks. One of those will be on amplifier design, and it'll include talks on envelope tracking and DPD design. So that's a very popular track every year. And then there'll be another one on high-frequency PCB and connector design. And high-frequency and high-speed digital techniques will be covered in another one that's measurement and modeling related, and also cover millimeter wave topics and OTA measurements. And also Wi-Fi and oscilloscope technology and MIMO antennas and base stations and measurement chambers. So a lot going on there. And the afternoon workshops on that day will build on those topics, just in an extended format of 40 minutes that will be given by industry partners.
And I think we have a very interesting plenary session that wraps up that day before the reception and dinner Professor Dr. Yung Sung from the Beijing University of Posts and Telecom will be talking about smart cities and communities, which is a growing area. He'll be followed by Wei Chen from China Mobile Research Institute, who's been working in the area of IoT. He'll talk about the Internet of Things and also 5G. Hongbing Ma of China Unicom will then speak about 5G coexisting opportunities and challenges. We have Xin Li Wang, who's the CTO of RF Products from ZTE, who will be with us to discuss the latest developments in 5G and touch on massive MIMO. And then our three major sponsors, Keysight, Rohde & Schwarz, and National Instruments, will also present their latest research and development and some of their product work.
Yeah, so the two hottest topics in our industry right now, definitely IoT and 5G. So on the second day, I'm really excited about that we've added a 5G forum on advanced communications. So that'll take place on Wednesday, April 15th. And the 5G starts with a keynote speech from Dr. Pan from China Mobile Research Institute about their vision for 5G and IoT. And that'll followed by a plenary speaker from Ericsson. So that'll be good news on that topic, what each one is doing in that area. Next, there'll be a panel session with 5G experts that the audience can ask questions to that panel. And the rest of the day for 5G has 8 sessions and 2 workshops covering topics such as MIMO, massive MIMO that is, HETnets, phased array transceivers, timing and synchronization, testing challenges, software-defined radio, new modulation schemes, and millimeter wave technologies. So we look to have a big crowd going on there. The second day also features some interesting tracks, including IoT design track, and that session will cover low power design, antenna tuning, and switching. Then there'll be another track with talks on EMI modeling and testing and high-speed digital techniques. And then there's also a whole track on radar design, test, and simulation, and that will cover system-level measurements and modeling, plus systems design engineering. And there'll be various topics such as high-frequency design and high-speed digital systems. And then there's also a GaN panel, so that'll be good where you can ask experts. So there's 2 panels that day, one on 5G, one on GaN. Then the third day, the final day, there are tracks on microwave component design from VCOs to MMICs to PAs, and those will be covering technologies like LDMOS and GaN technology. Then there's a measurements and modeling track covering device modeling topics and basic measurement techniques. There'll be another track with various topics on EMC and EMI and high-speed digital measurements and modeling. And then there's a systems track covering high-power subsystems and unique communication systems. These are all followed by more workshops in the afternoon to round out the day. So EDI CON China 2015 is looking to shape up. It has 95 paper sessions and 35 workshops, so it should be something for everybody.
Wow, that's impressive. I've not been there before, so I'm really looking forward to it. Also, in terms of conferences, I will be attending the Satellite 2015 show in Washington, D.C., which is in mid-March. So if any of you will be there, let me know. Maybe we can have a cup of coffee. I think that about wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yes.
So we want to thank our sponsor, Mini Circuits, for making this program possible. Check out their products at www.minicircuits.com. And we want to thank you for watching. And we hope to see you on the next edition of Frequency Matters.